Okay, y'all. Got a couple of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about these donations that's coming in or not. Okay, we're going to talk about the lies because there's some lies spreading around. We're going to talk about these house ninjas, like the lead attorney that's on YouTube. Yeah, we're going to talk about the house ninjas that puts their 2 cents in when they shouldn't. Okay? And when they should, they not. Okay, y'all? We're going to talk about Karmelo's lawyer having a firm with the DA. And we're going to talk about this big bad KNIFE. Okay, y'all? We're going to talk about these things right now because they're very important to this case right now, okay? Let's get it, y'all. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day ones, twos, threes, and fours, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not, and the Fair Act use is in my description box, y'all. So, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Sunday. I hope everyone have a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings, and please, y'all, watch the company that you keep because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This case is heating up, y'all. And what this case needs more than anything is funding, y'all. This is what this case needs for this appeal to go through and get the right attorney this time. Now, I'm going to say this, and this respectfully. Karmelo Anthony's parents need some help. Not just with funding, with making the right decisions, because they don't make good decisions, okay? They had a guy that was speaking for them that had a really bad background, his own self, which already made this look even worse than it already was, okay? But these people are desperate, and they're taking help from whoever they can. And this is what fell in their lap. Okay, so this is what they had to deal with. They're still making bad decisions right now. You see what they made, and I wonder who sent them this lawyer. Who in the world sent them this lawyer? How did they get connected with this lawyer that they have? Because his background of what people are saying, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know, but this is what the streets is saying, so we're going to talk about it. They need some help. They need somebody that's going to guide them in the right direction, or this appeal is going to be just as worse as the first trial if they don't get the right people around them. And we are hearing some things about, Black Lives Matters. I don't know if this family have heard that Black Lives Matter. It's a scam. It's a scam. They took in a lot of money and they bought expensive houses and stuff like that. This is what Black Lives Matter allegedly does. They are scam their own self. So for them to get, backed by Black Lives Matter and they got a lot of questionable stuff going on with themselves, they need to steer clear of. They need a kick-tail lawyer, y'all. And they need some counsel, somebody that is going to speak for them and not be on no bull crap, y'all. Not have no background in no bull crap either. This is what they need. And word on the street is, the daddy is a little bit, when the kids is running, if there's a race going on, he's behind, okay, y'all? He's a little bit slower than the others. Everybody else is running faster, okay, y'all? So there is some issues with the daddy. Okay, y'all? This is what I'm hearing. So this is why he says, things that he shouldn't say, or everybody's feeling like, they don't even want to work with him because the daddy is the reason why that the son is not getting no help. You have to look over the daddy, y'all. You have to look over him. And you have to, see it for what it is. This kid was about to go to college and he got railroaded. And there's a lot of rumors coming out now that he got thrown under the bus because if the other children would have got called out, this is why they hid this tape. If the other children would have got called out for bullying him, a lot of kids would have lost scholarships, y'all. This is what they're saying this is about. They did not want already troubled kids that was getting in trouble, like the twins and whoever else they probably hang with. Okay? Because I guarantee you those two black boys that was hanging with them too, one light skinned, one darker, word on the street, they stay in trouble too. See, this was going to mess up several people's scholarships. So instead of messing up all of their scholarships, they messed up his. This is how this went. Everybody was going to get in trouble. There was a lot of money involved with scholarships and stuff. And they were going to get in trouble if they would have released the tape that they were supposed to release. Because that tape showed them bullying this kid. That tape showed him defending himself. He was jumped, y'all. This is why allegedly that tape is being hidden and they don't want to put it out there. And we all know, we ain't stupid. If he had been the one that's ignited this and, just was out here wilding out and jumped them twins and this and that and this, that tape would have been all over the place. The fact that they're hiding it and the fact that they had to hide it from the jurors and the parents, it shows you right there, okay, y'all, that this kid is innocent. For them to hold back evidence, and everybody is, this is the part that I don't understand, about a lot of white people, y'all. A lot of white people and a couple of blacks are saying, but he took this child's life. He did this, he did that. So he's supposed to get away with that? Are they supposed to get away with bullying him? Are they supposed to get away with attacking him to the point that you had evidence? They're saying, the jurors said they didn't think so. The jurors wasn't showed that evidence. If you withheld evidence from the jurors, and it probably didn't matter one way or the other, because a lot of people were saying that the juror was handpicked. Yeah, literally, they were friends or acquaintances to the person who passed away's father. This is what I'm hearing, y'all. This is what I'm hearing. So it probably didn't matter which way, one way or the other, if they showed them the tape or not. But I guess this they get out of jail free card to say that the jurors didn't know about the other tape when the trial started. We didn't find out about the other tape till afterwards. So to try to keep them out of getting in trouble. Y'all, it's a lot going on with this case, and I've never seen anything like it in my life. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. Boosie has stepped up to the plate, y'all. And I have to say something about it and give him his flowers, y'all. Boosie has stepped up to the plate, and I just talked about this yesterday, that we need some celebrities with some deep pockets to get behind this situation. Okay, y'all? And Boosie stepped up to the plate, donated $500,000 to the cause. So kudos to you, Boosie. Okay? I wish it was more like you out here, because now we're hearing rumors. See, one thing about rumors is it's rumors. Okay, y'all? Until it's proven. That's why I always say allegedly, word on the street, okay? Until it's proven. It has been proven that Boosie wrote a check, y'all, for $500,000. So shout out to Boosie, y'all. Give Boosie his props, okay? Because a lot of them aren't doing nothing. A lot of them are sitting back letting people lie for them. Oh, 50 Cent did this. Oh, Cardi B did that. No proof whatsoever, y'all. Matter of fact, if you Google Cardi B or whatever, they're saying that she ain't gave a dime. A dime. And she was one of the people that came forward, one of the first people that came forward to say that this was injustice. She's somebody that, has some change. She don't have to give a whole heap of lot because she got kids. She's a single parent. But give up something. Don't just run your mouth. Put your money where your mouth is. If Boosie can give up 500,000, you think Cardi B can't give up 500,000? She got way more money than Boosie. I can tell you that right now. And I appreciate her. I truly appreciate her for even coming out saying something. Because a lot of people, these house ninjas, they scared to talk. They scared to say anything. So I still give her flowers for saying something. But I'm tired of people running around lying, y'all. Okay? And people are so mad at Boosie right now. Oh, this guy right here posted, or better yet, used the $500,000 to help black youth go to college or trade school. That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. This child was on his way to college. And they were jealous of him, y'all. They were jealous. He was on his way to college. So this is helping somebody go to college. I can't stand these, y'all. I know what I want to say. I cannot stand people that got the screws missing like this. And jealousy is seeping through their skin. Y'all, it doesn't make any sense. Maria said, I'm not for sure why your people, your kind, continue to get on here and speak on things you know nothing of. He does help the youth get into college. Not just black youth, but all youth. So know your facts. But don't get jealous because, he's helping this kid. It's people peed off about them people helping this child, y'all. They could care less that he was jumped. They could care less that they held back evidence. They could care less about that. Think about if this was your child got jumped. And a tussle occurred, and one was hurt, and your child is sent to prison when he was jumped by 4 people. 4 people, y'all. And when you get to court, they hold back very key evidence, serious key evidence, y'all. Think about that for a second. Another person says he said what he's said by doing this. He's helping get Karmelo a chance to go to college. Sending people to college isn't what everyone needs. College trains how to build wealth for other people who don't give a rat's a secret about you. Okay? So they checking this guy that's talking about he shouldn't give this $500,000 to this kid to help him out. Okay? Another person said that's always good, but right now, this is urgent and requires our full attention. Help this baby now. We don't know what's going on with Anthony right now. He could be in there having seizures. Seriously. We don't even know. We don't even know if they're giving him his pharmacy stuff. Because we all know when you go to jail and stuff like that, you got to be knocking on the gate and hollering and trying to get some help for them to even give you anything. If you got asthma, they don't let you keep your asthma spray. You got to call the guards and stuff to ask them to bring it to you. And we all know that it's urgent how fast they move to give you certain things if you have underlying issues. So that's something that's very important that we are all worried about. Him even being given the things that he needs to control these multiple seizures that he has all the time. Okay, y'all? So that's so important. This is why this is so urgent for celebrities to step forward. Okay? Then we have somebody at the bottom, this Dawn person. Cardi B put up $5 million. They gonna get this sentence reduced or him out. Cardi B ain't gave a rat's tail nothing, y'all. She ain't gave up $5. You can Google who done gave up money. And if you Google Boosie, it says Boosie done gave up $500,000. It's coming up if you Google it. If you Google Cardi B, it's saying that Cardi B weighed in on the trial after the Texas jury found him guilty in the fatal, sticking. Okay? of the 17-year-old Austin, she expressed sympathy for both families involved, but not announced any type of financial contribution to his family's crowdfunding efforts. Nothing whatsoever. And if you look at the bottom, it says, while the rapper used social media to back Anthony, false rumors circulated online claiming she had pledged millions. She ain't gave $5, y'all. She ain't. And don't it make you wonder why? Don't it make you wonder why Cardi B, who is backed by so many people of color, she's backed by them. She knows the situation. She knows the family is in dire need. Why wouldn't you donate anything? You jump out here and talk a good talk. But when it comes down to, putting your money where your mouth is, her money is nowhere near her mouth. Okay, y'all? So let's just put it out there. We need celebrities with some deep pockets to get behind this, because this is what you need to get this appeal going or get this reversed. They're gonna need some money. I'm not saying put it in their hands, because everybody's already talking about don't give them the money. All they want is money. All they this and all they that. And anybody that's listening to Charleston White right now, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with y'all. I don't even know what to say. That man is out on a limb, and he's pathetic. He is pathetic, the things that he's doing. That picture that I posted up, I told y'all yesterday about the watermelon felon. Charleston White put that picture up. I just used it in my own way to let people see this is what they think about us. A lot of them. Okay, y'all? That's why I put the picture up. But that picture came from Charleston White. One minute he was supporting the family. The next minute he's against the family. He's posting up pictures talking about that he is selling the t-shirts. Okay? And he's saying that some of the proceeds is going to go to Austin's family. Charleston White is a sellout. That's what he is. And it makes you wonder, did his family get some threats or something? Because everybody else is getting threats. Everybody else is getting threats that's coming out saying anything. And, backing Karmelo, they're getting threats. So I'm wondering now, did Mr. Charleston White get threatened? Because he done did a total U-turn. And it doesn't matter if the daddy says something out of pocket or whatever. If you're helping the child has nothing to do with whatever the daddy is saying or doing. And Charleston White didn't want to give up no money in the first place. That was all the lie. He loves to get in the midst of people's cases. Every time something pops up, he want to act like he is this activist and he doing something to help just to get his name ringing out in these streets. And he is going to get some serious backlash from this. Mark my words. And anybody else that has serious issues going on in their communities or whatever else that pops up out here, steer clear of Charleston White. Stay away from him. Period. Do not let him in your business. Do not talk to him. Leave that misfit alone. Because that's another house ninja just roaming the streets. Okay, y'all? And it's a lot of them. Oh, my goodness. This guy right here, the lead attorney, he put up a video 11 months ago. I believe it was 11 months ago. And the title of the video, Karmelo Anthony's camp's worst mistake, humiliating the victim's father. 20 more years for Karmelo. House Ninja. He had a lot to say 11 months ago about this case. He wanted the family to kiss 9 yards of Austin's McCaff's family's back door. This is what he wanted. They took his son. Austin, his twin brother, his friends got together and started some crap. with Karmelo. They jumped him. They attacked him, according to the video that they suppressed. And this man right here wanted the family to kiss their tail. The people that started this mess. This is what he wanted them to do. And he said, due to the fact that he came and tried to be nice to them, and he even said he forgive them, that was all a front. This is all that Jeff guy is all about. He's fake. He's not only fake, allegedly he's a drunk. Yes, y'all. All he do is drink his kneecaps off. That's why he's not with his wife. That's why he has a broken family. See, they're not putting all of that out. But you know what? If the shoe had been on the other foot, and it had been Karmelo's family, they would have been like, oh, the husband was putting paws on the wife, and she left him. They're no longer together, and this is where he get it from. Oh, they would have been putting all that all over the news. Even the news people would have been saying it. But due to the fact that it was Austin parents that's not together, Austin parent that is drinking his kneecaps off, Austin parents that don't like people of color, they hid that. The judge, you can tell the judge knowing, because the judge put a gag order on them for a reason. Because soon as he had his little sippy, little happy juice, he was going to get on social media, or somebody was going to record him or catch him talking, and people were going to see where Austin got this from. This is why they wanted this gag order on everybody. Because that was the only way to keep the drunk from getting on social media and letting the cats out the bags and the dogs of what he really was like and how he really felt about certain particular people. And I went back to this video and I wanted to see if he posted anything new since the case is over. He ain't said a word. You know why? Because this house ninja right here probably live in a neighborhood with all white people and scared that he gonna get some demise threats. So he quiet now. You had a lot to say at first. This man tried to come in the room with y'all and y'all kicked him out. And the guy that kicked him out, he got a record. And the preacher guy, and the this and the that. He should have kicked them out. He should have kicked them out because they know it was phony in the first place. They knew it was phony. This man couldn't wait to boast after they won, after they convicted this child. He couldn't wait to boast. Not only did he boast, but he got up there and he talked about the mama, the daddy. He talked about all black people. Okay, y'all? This is what this guy got up there and did after this case was over. Why Mr. Lead attorney ain't saying nothing now? Why he so quiet? All of this new evidence that's coming out, that evidence was not even presented to the jurors. Evidence was held back even from the parents. They didn't even know nothing about this other tape, y'all. Where is he now? I can't stand lawyers that's on YouTube sitting up there giving their opinion on something. But when these parents was looking for a lawyer, nobody would step up to the plate. This is why they got duped into getting this lawyer that is tied to the DA. They got a lot. They just on here talking. Why didn't you step up to the plate to help her? If this is not what, the field that you covers as a lawyer, why didn't you help her get a better one? But you can sit back and tell them, you supposed to be nice to them. You humiliating them. You mean like his kids humiliated Karmelo? That's what they were planning on doing. Humiliating Karmelo. That's what they planned on doing. But it backfired. Never mind that humiliation. Oh, forget about that. Be nice to his pawpaw, though. I can't stand people like this. Where are your videos now? If you had something to say 11 months ago, why ain't you saying anything about the watermelon felon? Why ain't you saying anything about him saying that you and your ancestors came over here on the boat? That you and your ancestors was just allowed to start voting in 1960? Why you ain't got nothing to say now? Quiet as a mouse. You know why? Because this is another house ninja that lives around white folks that's scared to have an opinion. That's why he's not saying anything. Okay? But you got a lot to say at first. Y'all, I'm sick of them. He wanted these two people to accept Jeff McCaff with open arms. And this is where Austin and his twin brother got this crap from in the first place. Y'all. Now, I don't care what y'all think about the parents. I don't even care anymore. It's not about them. It's about a college, a high school student that was on his way to college. That they stopped in his track. And they're free. And he's locked up. And not only did the brother, the twin, get away with it, but 4 other people got away with it too. We're helping line this whole situation up. Just so that they won't lose their scholarships. They backdoor Karmelo. Now they're probably off to college. And he's sitting in prison. And they started this mess. Started the whole thing. And it was premeditated too. Because any 2 times that 6 people is walking together and 2 branch off and go over there to talk to the coach to keep him busy, that's premeditated, y'all. That was a premeditated attack. Yes, it was. And they try to make it look like Karmelo was the problem. Look at the knife that they claim he had, y'all. Word on the street. A tool. Tool, y'all. This is what he had. They act like he had turned into Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, y'all. Under that tent. You know who carry stuff like this around? Kids that help do stuff. Hang pictures. Do little stuff around the house. Help people. This is the type of tool that you carry around. I have one myself. I have given these out as Christmas gifts, y'all. To people that love to do little fixed stuff. I have given things like this out. To people that don't expect you to give them anything or anything like that, but they love to help and do stuff. The one I had is probably a little bit more fancier than this that I gave out. But yeah, I give it. So I know what they were talking about when they started talking about it. But this is what he had, y'all. And if it wasn't for this, what would have happened to him that day? Would he be the one in a casket instead of Austin? And due to the fact it was a tussle, y'all, and 4 people was on him, who's to say he even stuck him? How we don't know he pulled it out and he fell on it? We don't even know. You know why we don't know? Because they silenced him. He didn't say anything. They didn't allow him to even tell his side of the story. And they mapped it out this way. So you would be still scratching your head on what really happened. Now, word on the street is, and this is one of my subscribers put this up, so I had to post this up. Karmelo, dumb old cash. Karmelo will be exonerated and freed. Look at Jay-Z gang. I don't know. Go look at the hidden footage. They jump Karmelo, and Karmelo has epilepsy. and one head injury, hitting it on the bleachers. Yeah, I heard that he had a head injury too. He not only has epilepsy, but he got hurt a while back. And he had a head injury. A lot of people is talking about that too. The ground and even a punch can cause serious, severe bodily harm and even demise. Both twins, Metcalf brothers, attacked Karmelo after they showed up to the track meet when they had just been suspended from their high school. Guess what for? Okay, y'all? This is what they're saying that they was suspended for. Both brothers, Austin and Hunter, put paws and bullied a couple of their peers at school just 2 to 3 days before the incident happened, with them picking on Karmelo and taunting, harassing, and threatening and snatching and or grabbing, then throwing Karmelo's backpack. That's another thing, y'all. If Karmelo had a weapon in his bag, word on the street is one of the twins grabbed the bag. They grabbed the bag. Now, I know people say that, oh, he had his hand in his bag or whatever. We don't know if he had that. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. It's a possibility that little tool could have been in his pocket. Because one of the twins grabbed the bag. Now, ask yourself this question. If the shoe was on the other foot and Karmelo was the one that came and his twin brother to a white boy, you think they wouldn't have brought up the fact that 2 or 3 days ago that Karmelo had just, and his twin has just jumped on somebody else? They left that little tidbit out. Now we finding out more and more and more and more stuff, y'all. Now it is coming out, allegedly, because I don't know, I wasn't there. But this is what the streets is saying, so I'm going to talk about it. 2 to 3 days before the incident, they got in trouble. They got suspended for doing the same thing they did to Karmelo. And you wonder why he had that tool in his pocket when they got somebody that's roaming around doing this. And yeah, I know they didn't go to the same school. But y'all think other people don't do this? You think this stops at one school bullies? No, it don't. It doesn't, y'all. It doesn't. They're also saying the fact that they snatched Karmelo's bag, this is also vandalism, theft, destruction of property after making threatening threats on if he don't leave you 4 or 5 teens will forcibly force him out of you guys' school, teen tent. So somebody invited him from that school to the tent. Somebody else comes to the tent and says, no, you get out. He said he don't got to go nowhere. He was invited into the tent. So just because he said he's not going, 4 of your goons want to jump him? And they got jujitsu background? They were going to fold him up and embarrass the crap out of him. That's what they were going to do. He think he bad. Everybody like, this is who they like. He walking around with this Mexican girl on his arm. Who's to say they didn't even like his girlfriend? One of them probably was checking out his girlfriend. Y'all, this don't make no sense. They said, this is what they told him. This is what they said. Force him out of the school tent, which is public to all people and athletes by USA law, and Karmelo was invited over by his friend Eddie, which really wasn't his friend. Eddie is a troublemaker too. My personal opinion. Okay, y'all? Which also went to the same school as the other 5 teams, included both twin Metcalf brothers and Austin, was 100 plus pounds bigger than Karmelo, and Hunter is bigger and then Austin. So, wait a minute, y'all. Twin brothers, one bigger than the other. So, Hunter is bigger than Austin? So, go figure. Austin grabs Karmelo, then shoves him like a linebacker upwards, higher up the bleachers. Then Austin punches Karmelo. And then the other two teams, which were black, one light-skinned, the other darker, somehow Karmelo runs up trying to get away. Then they surrounded Karmelo again, and Austin grabs Karmelo again, this time bringing him into a headlock. Okay, now this is probably how he got marks on his neck, but when they took that picture, they covered his neck, y'all. Did you see the turtleneck in the first picture with the short hair? And then when they showed him again, they made him look like he was a slave or something with the bald head and that little shirt. Did y'all see the shirt that they put him on? Like he was on the chain gang or something. Y'all, this is crazy. While the others continue throwing more punches, and this is what people said that saw that video, that all four was putting paws on Karmelo. Y'all don't think it was going to be a different outcome if we would have had a jury of his peers, or a real jury of his peers, with an open mind that didn't have no attachment to the DA, the judge, and the McCliffs. You didn't think that they were going to see the real evidence. And somebody have a doubt in their mind like, no, he was jumped. He had to defend himself. They made sure that these jurors did not even get all of the information. And if they had they still made sure that there was nobody on that jury that had this child's future, interest, whatever, in heart. Y'all already know what I'm trying to say. Best interest at hand. They did not. They did not. And they knew it. They knew it. Okay, y'all? While the others continued throwing more punches for minutes, then Karmelo breaks free again, and they surrounded him as well. Karmelo tries to run past Austin, and Austin grabs and pulls Karmelo inwards, sending Karmelo fast into himself, while the 3.5 cleach cleaner, I don't know what that's saying, pocket compass, propels into Austin. So, through all of this stuff that was going on, he could have fell on it. He could have pulled it out and he could have fell on it. And go figure, y'all. Go figure. That little tool goes into his chest and takes him up out of here. When I tell y'all that this was going to happen eventually, if it wasn't Karmelo, it was going to be somebody else eventually. They were going to bully until they couldn't bully anymore. Until they ran into the right person. And to me, it wasn't even about the right person with Karmelo. It was just the incidents. He had it out. They took his bag from him. They snatched his bag. Everybody was acting like, oh, he reached into his bag and took it out and just jabbed him in the chest. No, he was hit. This is what people are saying. That's all a real tape. He was broke off. He tried to get away several times. They snatched him back. You think they wasn't going to fall and there was going to be... You were on bleachers. Who's to say he didn't even fall on that little tool? Maybe that was his karma for keeping running around bullying people. Y'all, this is crazy on so many levels. This does not make any sense. They said it propelled into Austin while they collide into each other, falling down together. So all of them was falling because they was trying to break him off on bleachers. Can you imagine having a pause session on bleachers with 4 other people? You didn't think all of that tussling somebody was going to get hurt. I'm surprised somebody's leg or something didn't get hurt. They both hit the ground. Karmelo sees the team running up on him and gets up, throws the pocket compass up the bleachers and beginning to sob. He started crying right away and cried as he started running away from the 5 people. Then they gave chase. Austin is up there, tries to run, and realizes something has happened to him and says something while Hunter is running after Karmelo, turns his head back looking for his brother and sees him fall and runs back, and their coach grabs Hunter and tells him don't touch the body, and Karmelo is with the coach explaining what just happened. Why all these people didn't come forth and say something. Karmelo's lawyer had a firm with the DA. They both practiced law together. Co-founders, y'all. They made this kid look like he was Michael Myers. Freddy Krueger, y'all. They act like the blades was long as Freddy Krueger's fingers. Okay, y'all? This is what they act like. That he went in the kitchen and got one of them kitchen, what you cut a cake with, and brought it to school. This little thing right here, y'all. This little thing right here. And they was trying their best to say it was 3 inches, it was 5 inches, it was this inches. It was 2 inches. Word on the street, they saying it was 2 inches. If your twins just got in trouble days ago for the same mess jumping another child, why wasn't that brought in? Why wasn't they a witness? Huh? They need an emergency right now to get this child out of this prison. And they need to pick up everybody that jumped him. They need to be arrested for assault. I don't care what colleges they go to. They need to lose, y'all. Whatever money that was given to them for college, they need to lose it. And they need to be sitting where he's at right now. And these prosecutors, that judge, they all need to be held accountable for what just happened to Karmelo, y'all. And everybody is concerned about, oh, the parents, they're trying to use the money. These parents that had to move several times. They did not use a dime of the $600 and some thousand because who collected the money, the website, they didn't even release it to the family. They gave it straight to these con artists, lawyer that was allegedly connected to the DA. They gave it straight to the people who was behind the Shitika and behind getting this child locked up. This is who they released that money to. They supposed to release that money to the family. They did not. They didn't. And people ran around here and lied on them. Make it make sense, y'all. When white people collect money through GoFundMes and stuff, they release it to them. They wouldn't even release it to this family. This goes to show you, y'all, this whole thing screams corruption. It got it written all over it, y'all. It does. And something has to be done. And this is why I say, if we don't get more celebrities backing this child, everybody should turn their backs on these celebrities. Where are they now? Where are the Denzels? You got all of these recordings you got all over YouTube. Where are you when people need you? These house ninjas, this goes to show you they're scared, y'all. They're scared to open their mouth and say something. Because they don't want no problems. Because they live around all of these white people. And they got white friends. But what's right is right and wrong is wrong, y'all. And if people don't step up to the plate and do something, this kid could be in prison for 35 years, y'all. He could get dogged out in these prisons for 35 years. He should be in somebody's classroom right now. He's in jail. Straight A student, y'all, working 2 jobs. He's in jail. Somebody that was minding their own business. And everybody, well, why didn't he leave? Because he was invited. If you got 10 students, 10, under a tent, one student that's under the tent invites somebody in. Soon as he invites somebody in, 2 people go up to that person, or 4, and tell him to get out. 2 people that's not even supposed to be there their own self. 2 people that just got suspended for bullying somebody else. What y'all think somebody gonna say to them? I don't gotta go nowhere. Who made you the captain of the tent? Any normal child is gonna probably say something like that. Like, I don't gotta leave. I was invited here. Why did they have a problem with him in the tent? And he wasn't causing no problem. He's sitting down talking to somebody he knew. What was it to them? They wasn't even in the tent when he got in the tent. They just ran over there and started picking with him. And he was right at the edge of the tent. Almost like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He wasn't even all the way in the middle of the tent. And they didn't want him under there. They lied and said it wasn't even raining. There was so many lies that just came out in this case that don't make no sense, y'all. Keep them prayers going, y'all. Keep them prayers going. Lord have mercy. When I look at this child, I look at him like he's my own child. For real, for real. And this is how a lot of people is looking at him. The mistakes that his parents is making, yeah, they are making some mistakes. And I hope that Boosie don't just give up $500,000, but give up, some advice on getting a better lawyer, y'all. Get somebody that can, work down there but don't live down there. You know what I'm saying? They need an out-of-state lawyer that's not gonna, be threatened and all of that stuff. This is what they need. And I'm hoping that Boosie is helping with that as well. Not just writing a check. Because there's some screws. And it ain't saying screws missing, but there's a delay in the daddy. Okay? And there may be a little delay with the mama too. I'm just saying, y'all. Okay? There could be some delays with both of them. But right on the street, there's a delay in the daddy. So this is how they were so easily to be manipulated. They followed all of the instructions on don't say nothing, don't do nothing, don't this, don't that. They followed all the instructions that they gave them, thinking that they had their best interests, but they didn't. And you got this dummy, Charleston White, going off on somebody with some little delay issues going on with him. If you are so concerned about the child, who cares about what the daddy is doing? Don't put no money in his hand if that's the case. But the thing of it is this family is going through so much stuff. And when somebody keeps moving, and we don't even know if the daddy still got his job. We don't know a lot of things. And, he just want the money for himself. He just this. They have 3 other children that has to go to school. They got a lot going on in their lives. So if they did spend a little of the money for to help themselves as far as them moving and the this and the that and the that and the this. Now I'm just saying, y'all. Don't nobody say it when the white people do it. They don't say nothing. They collect millions of dollars. When they got, a child, they got cancer, all kind of stuff. And I've seen, I ain't lying, y'all, I've seen it. That the child will pass away and the GoFundMe will still be going. They don't cut it off. The GoFundMe don't say, this was just for the child's treatment. You don't keep letting this keep building up. They don't say that. They let them keep building money up until they want to cut it off. With them, it was a whole different ball game. Everybody is playing dirty when it comes to Karmelo. Even the GoFundMe people. And it's my understanding they get something out of it too for even doing the collecting the money. But for them to pay it directly to the people in the DA now, because basically if he's partners with the DA and they had their own firm together, you might as well gave it to the DA for to pay his lawyer. And what I would like to know, if anybody finds out about an interview or whatever taking place with the parents, I would like to know, how did they get hooked up with that lawyer? Did the DA even send him to them? That's what I'm wondering now. And is this why he didn't do anything? He didn't do nothing. And is this why? Ask yourself this question. Anyway, y'all, prayers up for him. And I'm gonna get to some more videos, y'all. I've been upset about this. Okay, y'all. I'm my bad. But I have been so upset about this that it don't make no sense. And even though we go to sleep at night and we can sleep, you know, I go to sleep thinking about this. I wake up thinking about this because this is horrific for this kid to be going through. Can you imagine not ever getting in no trouble in your life? Can you imagine working 2 jobs and going to school? And you get jumped by 4 people and they flip the script on you and say everything was your fault? And had all the evidence and everybody is tied to everybody on these kids' side. The whole community knows that they're troubled kids and nobody said a thing. I don't know how they can sleep at night. And I hope this haunts them until they get up and say something. Go to the police, go to the board, go to somebody, go to a higher course and talk and say they railroaded this kid. Let him out of there. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Peace. Hype the video up, y'all. Hype it up.